Welcome to the Nine Podcast. In today's podcast, we are continuing with the challenge. It's day 7. First week passed. It's been a pleasure. So today also was the day like yesterday in which I could just pass the record, but will not do that at any cost. Kinda. But never mind. Because I had a lot of things to do today, and if I didn't manage to be protective enough, I was about to simply miss the day, miss the opportunity, and I don't want to do that. So today I'm gonna talk about shadow work. What that means? That means exactly what it sounds. To work on the shadows, in the shadows, always to be the hidden one, because that's actually what matters. Also, my point of view is that you don't want to have followers. Let's say that way. I can deep dive in this concept a lot. But we'll scratch the surface like I always do, and we'll tell you just that when too many people knows about you and knows more about you than it's supposed to, that gives them power. That gives them a real power. That's all I'm gonna say. If you want more, subscribe to the channel and write down in the comment that you want me to discuss it. So, to be shadow worker, let's say, to work in the shadows, have significant powers, significant just differences from a simple work, because that means that you're gonna be on your own. Of course, for some people, to be alone and on your own is terrifying. They never left alone, and they don't know what to do. They're terrified just by the thought of it. But this is where the real power lays. So there is something like shadow self. Shadow self is a theory from Carl Jung. You can check it if you want. I'm not gonna talk about it here today. I'm talking about my thoughts, like every day and all the time, because I want to be true to myself and to everybody else. So what are the benefits of shadow work? The benefits are that you're gonna build the self-awareness. You're gonna heal. You're gonna improve the relationship with yourself, because you not have distractions, and you will realize that the only person that makes it difficult is yourself. You are the only person that makes yourself struggle, that make yourself going through hard times. So you need that, at least for some time in your life. You need that, simply to start knowing yourself. There is something called know thyself. You can deep dive on that. So also, you have to argue with yourself. daily. This is kind of ridiculous, right? But by that meaning, what I'm talking about is simply to argue with your old self. Let's say you believe in something that you simply knows that it's something ordinary or it's something that never helped you. And what that means? That means that it's pointless to believe in that thing. And it's pointless to fight for. So simply learn something new about it. Or something that is similar but have a different knowledge. And I promise you that you're gonna see from a different angle with different knowledge and we'll find out a different truth. So make sure that your beliefs are authentic as possible. How to know something is authentic, at least to yourself? When nobody around you have it. Yes, that's it. Of course, with the time you can find people with that belief, but in the beginning, when you start your journey, you will be different from anybody else. So put that as a main goal and start trusting yourself. So there are some techniques for shadow work, some practical techniques, let's say for beginners, right? I've been talking a lot about techniques in this channel. You can check my other videos. I've been sharing gems, true knowledge, some things that you will never find anywhere else in your whole life, even if you try and search for it. Never. And that's just the beginning. I'm just starting. So the techniques, they're easy. For the beginners are simple as journaling, simple as meditation. And of course, meditation have a lot of surfaces, a lot of blasts and simply levels. But let's say the regular meditation. You can always do that, so it can lead you to somewhere. And self-reflection. Self-reflection, there are a lot of things you can do to self-reflect. And if you want to make it right, or at least to take a different opportunity with it, my advice is to talk only positive to yourself, of course, but at least to have a day in the week in which day you simply came up with all the negatives you have. It's simply, or it could be just standing in front of the mirror and telling to yourself what are the mistakes that you've done last week. What are the negative things that you have in your character, negative traits, and so on and so on. Simply, don't overdo it, but simply do it on the paper and start fixing those traits in your own behavior. At least act different. Doesn't matter if you are a different person and so on and so what. Act different. When you act different, even if it's fake, your mind will gonna somehow set to it. You know, it will build whatever he needs. And he will start looking from a different angle. You know that? Probably you've tried it already a couple times. Just start smiling right now. Smile, just wide as possible. Start smiling. Doesn't matter how. Simply open your mouth and smile. What are you feeling? Probably 10 seconds later, you're happier. Happier, at least, than a second ago. And now you're smiling. Now you're in a positive mood, right? So, a simple muscle memory done what it takes and made you feel better. How then you expect to change your behavior if you don't act with the changed behavior? Alright? Make the muscle memory work for you. That's what I'm saying. Then you have to have some patience and compassion to know and to just understand that the inner work is what it takes. It's always from within. Changes coming only from within. So today I've been listening to a podcast and I heard that thing. I've been hearing it from time to time, but right now it just left a memory. And the saying was like the regular people or the, let's say, the basic people, the people that are normal people. So the normal people are doing everything harder, everything hard, right? And let's say normal people and wise people. So the normal people does everything harder. Wise people does everything easier. Their own lives, the things around them, absolutely everything. Even the conversations. You probably know what I mean. And yeah. And not only harder, but they complicate things. Right? So normal people overcomplicate things. Wise people, or smart people, let's say, makes it easier. For themselves, at least. So today I would like to talk a little bit more. That was kind of the whole concept of this video, this podcast. Yesterday I've been with a friend after the episode I record. I've been talking about it. And I'm happy for him because he's been struggling for months, every single day. And he was consistent enough to see success. And I'm so happy about him. You know, success which I never had, at least in this place and with this thing that he does. And I've always been seeing what are the mistakes that I'm doing, and I know them. Also, I'm grateful that I'm doing what I can. And in this point in my life, I'm not comparing myself to anybody else. So I'm simply happy for him. And I know that my version is different. My time tic-tacs different. My destination is different. My meaning is different. Not only different than him, his own, but different than everybody else. That's why I'm telling you simply to not compare yourself. Of course, you want to copycat and sometimes to do things that successful people does, but always know that you are a different kind of soul, and you feel, you touch, you exist differently, and you always will. Thank you for your time.